Peace, love, and light, family. This is Caesar, Solar One. And you see what we got today. We got the beautiful sun. Look, I wanted to have a quick powwow between me and you, as today is the third day of Ramadan. And for all who have never experienced Ramadan, it is one of the most beautiful things that you can experience in transforming yourself. Excuse me for the background noise. We're not going to let that stop us from this message today. So hopefully you can stay connected and stay guided within this space as I'm talking and not focus on whatever the background noise is. But look, family, Ramadan is a special time that happens every year around this same time, where it allows for your body to go through a fast. You're supposed to be spiritually disciplined, physically disciplined, mentally disciplined, to where you don't eat or drink during the daytime. You watch your language. You don't think negative thoughts. You kind of want to live on a straight and narrow path. And this is my 12th year of doing this, since 2012. It's 2024 now, which is wild. And even right now, I'm parched and my throat clearing because my body is saying we need water, but we're locked in. So thank you for joining us today. But I just posted a YouTube short about a Ramadan smoothie recipe that you can use that helped me to hydrate every year that I do this, and I drink it every day at the end of my day to break my fast. And it's one of the best smoothies that I've ever made. I have many other smoothie recipes, so make sure you comment and share this video, and underneath the comments, comment Ramadan, or you can just comment send me the recipe, Caesar. You feel me? For me to send you 2 free smoothie recipes if you are participating in Ramadan this year. But look, I wanted to give a quick background and a quick story of my first time ever participating in Ramadan. And it was one of the most humbling and amazing experiences that I ever had. And it stays with me to this day. I am not Muslim. I am not Christian. But I have practiced both of these religions throughout my lifetime. And as a youth, I grew up unorthodox, or even sometimes Southern Baptist Christian, being here in Charlotte, North Carolina. So I'm well aware of religion. I've read both books. I'm very much so deep into my spiritual practices, and I'm connected to Source, so I know the Creator. So it's amazing. During this time, though, in 2012, it was a different point in life for me. I was just getting into culinary art school. I was in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and I was working my way through school, so I was also working at multiple restaurants at that time. And at this restaurant particularly, this was a hotel restaurant called Paramore. So if it's still around, or if you know the Paramore Hotel in Wayne, Pennsylvania, go show them some love, man. But during this time, I had just worked my way up from a station, or in the restaurant. When you're in real traditional restaurants, there are brigades. It's called a brigade system. You have certain things in restaurants where you're supposed to transition from until you get to the main line. If you've seen the movie The Bear, restaurant industry, great restaurants are just like that. They're just like that. If you've seen the show The Bear, it's just like that. So you work your way up from a brigade line, and you find out your skills and your skill sets. And at this point in time, I was working in the salad station, in the garde-manger, or the crudo section, where you're able to make sushi, raw food items, and select beautiful looking salads. But I had just transitioned to the line where I was a second assistant line cook, and I was working on, quote unquote, the pizza station, where I'm busting out pizzas and flatbreads all day in front of a hot oven, getting yelled at, pots thrown at you, all of this type of stuff. It's real, and I'm grateful for that experience. But in that time, I had just started to practice Ramadan. At that time, there were a bunch of Liberians and Moroccans and things of that sort that worked in the restaurant, and we always connected because we spoke religion, the differentiations between Christianity and Islam. And I know Islam differs by way of practice, lifestyles, and certain things around the world based off of where you're located. But these guys were beautiful Liberians, and we talked all the time. And pretty much started by way of ego. They said that you can never practice Ramadan because you're a Christian, Caesar, and you don't have the discipline. And I'm like, you don't know who I am, buddy. You just initiated a challenge? Okay. You feel me? So, in that time, I was like, challenge accepted, bro. Challenge accepted. Muhammad, that was his name, Muhammad, a great guy. And so, from that point, we just, every day when I came in, they were dishwashers. I would just go over there and talk to them 10 minutes before shift started, and probably like 20 to 30 minutes after shift ended, helping them clean up the dishes so they could get out of there a little bit quicker. And we would talk about religion, we would talk about the customs, we would talk about the Quran and the hadiths and the prayers and all of these things and how it compared to Christianity, about Jesus and Yeshua and Yahweh and things of that sort. And in that space, it allowed for me to understand, like, these are not just physical practices, these are spiritual practices. And having these spiritual practices allows for you to connect more to God and to be able to be more centered in yourself. And even though I had never experienced any of that before in fasting, this was my first initial time. And I was in for a long haul, let me tell you. And so I learned more about myself. By the end of my 30 days, I was so tapped into the spirit of God, the Creator. I didn't want to have sex. I didn't want to curse. I didn't want to listen to any music that was disrupting my frequency. I wanted to be more love and light. And it was an amazing time. It lasted for probably like 2 to 3 months longer for myself before the way of the world kind of like got back to me, and I kind of like got back to the standard of, being in the Matrix and being of the Western world. And not too long after that, I left Philadelphia and transitioned my life, and then I actually entered into my spiritual journey in 2013. So it was actually a great way that spearheaded me into the person that you see now, and so many different things. I have many stories to talk about with that. But in that space, speaking about Ramadan, this is a time where you're able to connect with others who are joining in and maybe starting their journey, who are knee deep in their practices, and even to be able to pray multiple times a day, consciously and subconsciously, allows for your reality to shift a little bit more into alignment to the way that God wants it to be. Right? You actually start to hear God's voice more, whether it's by way of you hearing yourself louder, more clearer, having a more consciousness, or you even start to see God more. You start to feel God more, omniscience, omnipresent, all of these things, and they become real. And it shows you how much we rely on food and water, let alone food more than anything, right? Food is really a drug. And when you can control your urges, you can control that within your life, you realize how much power you actually have within yourself. When you can control your mind from falling into depression, falling into these spaces where you're just have no control. This is when you become powerful. This is when you truly understand the power of God. And when you truly understand the power of God, you really start to see who you are, all the trauma that you've been through, how you can heal that, and who you want to become and how to get there. Nothing in this world you can do without connecting to a higher source and actually feeling fulfilled. You can do many things, but there's many different principalities and powers on this planet that are here to guide you into the direction in which they want you to go. But when you're connected to the divine source, you will go the way in which you're supposed to go. And that is something that I want to make clear to everyone. Making sure that you follow God's voice and follow your internal compass is what's going to allow for you to elevate to the point to where you're supposed to be. There's a great book called The Alchemist. If you haven't read it, it's one of the best books I've ever read in my life. I read it probably like 6 or 7 years ago, and I always cycle back into it. The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho, and then also The Warrior of Light by Paulo Coelho. Book recommendations. Check those out. And it allows for you to connect to source daily. It allows for you to understand that nothing in this life is by coincidence or by happenstance. Everything in this life is designed. Everything in this life is by way of your path, right? And once you control your mind, you actually control your internal compass, your internal thoughts, your internal feelings. You're able to get to wherever you want to get to. So I encourage everybody, even if you don't practice in Ramadan, practice something that's going to allow for you to have more discipline throughout your day, right? I talked in the last video about bending the spoon of your reality, right? How the thing that you may see is there is not actually there. It's only in your mind. And that is true, right? Anything that you're going through negatively, you're having spiritual warfare, you're having struggles, all of these things, you can overcome those things by the power of your mind, by connecting to source, by simple prayers, meditating to calm your mind daily, working out, and actually fasting. The power of fasting is so important because when you fast, it allows for your body to actually eat up and kill the cells that are in your body that are doing your body harm, right? Cancerous cells, toxins, chemicals, glyphosate that's sprayed on the food, all of these things. When you fast, your body eats it up and it discards it, right? Also, if you incorporate high superfood greens like wheatgrass, barley, watercress, spirulina, fruits and vegetables, organic fruits and vegetables, things like that, that's going to allow for you to rid of toxins out of your body too, which in turn opens up your mind, unlocks your pineal gland, and calcifies it. When you drink alkaline or spring water, it allows for your body to actually filter the things through your system that you need. It actually builds your lymph, it builds your blood, it builds your plasma, and it builds your solar energy for you to have more energy throughout the day. So I would encourage everyone to fast. Start off with a 1-day fast where you don't eat anything until noon, right? Drink water, drink teas, things of that sort. No coffees. Drink cold, fresh pressed juices, but don't physically eat any food until afternoon, right? Do that once or twice a week. Start off that way, and then you can build, and you will see a difference. Trust me, you will see a clear difference, man. The many people that I've been able to coach over my lifetime and give health and wellness advice before I even became a holistic nutritionist and a certified wellness coach, I've seen clear differences, not only through myself by implementing these practices, but helping them to implement practices in their daily life that allows for them to accomplish fasting efficiently, but to also accomplish the mindset and the physical body that they want themselves to be at. And it all comes from wanting yourself, proper nutrition, meditation, resting, speaking positively, thinking positively, and being active, whether you rock climb, run, yoga, lift in the gym, skate, bike ride, boogie board, CrossFit, whatever. Do something that's going to keep your body active, right? And even through this time of Ramadan, doing light walking, doing things that are going to keep your mind and your physical body primed to be able to receive messages and connection through source is going to be important. Don't overexert yourself, because you will get thirsty, and I don't want you to break, but you can do it. Like, even after this video, I'm gonna go play pickleball, and that's one of the best exercises you can do. But in that space, you have to make sure that you're pacing yourself. So anything that you do in life is about patience, it's about consistency, and it's about pacing. So in saying that, family, that is my quick story about Ramadan. And also, I put in the video that I'm linking here, the guy who put me on to Ramadan and the smoothie recipe that he showed me during that time. This guy's named Mehdi. Mehdi, if you're watching this video, I appreciate you, bro, because you were a part of my journey that allowed for me to have more discipline. It was an avocado, almond butter, banana, almond milk, date smoothie, right? I didn't add dates in the recipe that I posted, but that's the base of it, and it is so hydrating, refreshing, mineral building, and filling for the body. So I would say, if you're on this process of Ramadan as well too, once the sun goes down, make sure you're drinking things that are going to provide electrolytes to your system. Drink water, add lime and Celtic sea salt to it. Absorb that. Don't have to indulge and go crazy eating fried foods and all of these things. Don't do that. You want to make sure that you're eating fresh, organic foods, slightly cooked foods, sauteed foods, things that don't have a lot of like harmful fats and oils to it, because you want your body to absorb these nutrients, because you have a small period of time in which you're supposed to drink and eat, and you're still supposed to go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? So make sure that you're doing things and eating things that are going to be providing substance to you, and that are going to keep your spirit healthy and well. So if you have any questions, or you need any advice during this time of Ramadan, shoot me a comment, shoot me a DM, contact me. I got you. I'm going to be posting more content throughout this 30 days of Ramadan and giving updates, more meditations, more affirmations, things of that sort. I appreciate you all, because we reached 100 subscribers. Let's keep it going, family. Let's keep it going. There's no stagnancy here. I will continue to drop great content for you all and continue to provide you messages coming from source. Let's get to 200, 300, 1,000 followers. We're from the here on planet Earth, planet Kai, to the sun and beyond. Let's keep it going, family. I love you all. This is Caesar, the Solar One. I appreciate you all support. Love you.